Prince Charles wanted to have a daughter. According to Princess Diana, when she was pregnant with their second child, her husband was not so secretly hoping that it would be a girl. When instead Prince Harry was born at St. Mary's Hospital in September 1984, he was so disappointed, she claimed, and even expressed mock dismay over the baby's patch of red hair. Such may have been the gloomy recollections of a wife and mother on the tail end of a marriage that wasn't meant to be, however, because in an interview given a couple months after Harry's birth, Charles called Harry absolutely adorable and said the baby was extraordinarily good, sleeps marvelously and eats very well. He said that he already felt a little more relaxed the second time around than when their eldest, Prince William, was born 2 years prior. Even better, we almost have a full polo team. The Prince of Wales quit. More than 34 years after Harry popped into his life, there's been no sign of regret from Charles that he turned out to be a father of 2 sons. Besides, now he has 2 daughters-in-law, and he has welcomed them into the firm with open arms. Charles even walked Meghan Markle down the aisle when she married Harry last May 19, touched to be asked to fill in when it became clear that Meghan's father, Thomas Markle, wouldn't be able to make it due to health concerns. I asked him to, and I think he knew what was coming, and he immediately said, "Yes, of course, I'll do whatever Meghan needs and I'm here to support you." Harry recounted the moment to the BBC in November. For him, that's a fantastic opportunity to step up and be that support, and he's our father, so of course he's going to be there for us. As for William's wife, Kate Middleton, well, she's been a member of the royal family for almost 8 years now and had ingratiated herself to her future father-in-law years before that. When she and William were just seriously dating, even, Kate was regularly included at family events, including birthday parties and their annual ski trip. She visited Clarence House, Charles, and Duchess Camilla's residence, on numerous occasions. Charles and Kate have always got on very well, a source told Britain's Telegraph recently. As the mother of his grandchildren, of course the prince dotes on her. The Prince of Wales cared enough for Kate's welfare, in fact, that he advised William back in April 2007 to break up with her if he wasn't ready to move forward, rather than string his girlfriend along. William went to his father and said, "Look, I'm 25, I'm too young to get married. I just don't want to commit at this point," Royals biographer Christopher Anderson told the Daily Star. Charles, who was by then very fond of Kate, said, "It would be unfair to the young lady. You cannot string her along anymore, so you should just break it off." Charles's own father, Prince Philip, had offered him similar advice when he was courting Diana. Much to Philip's surprise, Charles opted to propose. William infamously broke it off with Kate. Clarence House had no comment, but their split was short-lived. "I think if you do go out with someone for quite a long time, you do get to know each other very, very well," Kate observed in their engagement interview in November 2010. "You go through the good times, you go through the bad times. Both personally and within a relationship as well. I think if you can come out of the stronger and learn things about yourself, it certainly helps." By then, William's family was duly impressed by how Kate had handled herself throughout their courtship, including the brief breakup and Waity Katie headlines that persisted. The Prince of Wales was, of course, delighted by the engagement. And when Will and Kate drove down the mall after their Buckingham Palace wedding luncheon as newlyweds on April 29, 2011, they did so in Charles's blue Aston Martin DB6 MK2. Nowadays, Kate and Charles greet each other with a familiar kiss on both cheeks, as do Meghan and Charles, though the Duchess of Sussex is still prone to offer a perfectly fine but unnecessary curtsy, as she did Monday at Westminster Abbey, where the family gathered to celebrate Commonwealth Day. Before she was married, Meghan had a much longer list of people she was required to curtsy for, Kate included. The sisters-in-law, meanwhile, also punctuated their hellos to each other with kisses on the cheek, a sign of affection that should help put the rumors that they're feuding to rest. But then again, it just might not. In December, Kensington Palace took the uncharacteristic step of issuing a denial that Kate and Meghan had an explosive row before Meghan and Harry's wedding that involved Kate telling her future sister-in-law not to make demands of her staff. This never happened, the palace stated. Aside from that rare tug on the reins, though, the unofficial family motto, passed down through the generations, remains never complain, never explain. If the public face of the ship needs shoring up, efforts take place behind the scenes. Or through legal channels, on occasion. Or, more rarely, by directly limiting access to certain members of the media as a warning not to take too many liberties with their coverage. as Charles's communications secretary did in banning the Sun's longtime royals photographer Arthur Edwards from future photo calls with William and Harry when the tabloid published photos of William and Kate kissing on a ski vacation in 2005. And while it's the Queen whose opinion counts beyond all others when it comes to the choices this family makes and how they reflect upon the crown, Charles isn't exactly a bystander. As the heir apparent to the throne, and now 70 years old, the prince has no use for disruption and scandal in his midst. But at the same time, having certainly spent his time at the center of the media vortex, sometimes deservedly but oftentimes not, he understands that it's not always a person's fault should they end up there. Sometimes, there's just a perfect storm of storylines and wish that Meghan Markle has been the latest person who married into the storied House of Windsor made to run the gauntlet and, unlike Princess Diana or Sarah Ferguson or even Charles's second wife, Camilla, she's had to do so with the hounds of social media also in hot pursuit. Since marrying Harry, heck, since it was confirmed she was dating Harry, Meghan's life has been under the microscope, and since becoming the Duchess of Sussex there has been a flood of negativity to deal with, including the out-loud insults of scorned family members, an exodus of staff members, and a rumored prickly relationship with Kate. Buckingham Palace, Clarence House, and Kensington Palace were recently compelled to jointly issue behavior guidelines for Twitter and Instagram users if they want to leave comments on the royals' various accounts. Inevitably, when a person reaches the mountaintop, there has to be a horde waiting to knock her off the peak. Meghan's emergence on the royal scene was greeted with such excitement, with so many rapturous comparisons to Princess Diana when it came to her palpable charm and humanitarian interests. The skeptics had no choice but to take out the big drills in efforts to destabilize that foundation.